Good morning, YouTube. This is Tenacious Earl, and you are staring live at virtual Ralph Wilson Stadium in suburban Orchard Park, just south of Buffalo, home to the Buffalo Bills, America's real team. Cowboys fans don't get angry at me about that. But we're going to play out a game here of second season. Um, I don't know if I'm going to have to pause it or end it at one point here if things get a little crazy here. But so I'm going to try and show you. I keep adapting the way that I play this game. I was using a dice roller. I've gone back to dice. I'm going to do some dice here. I keep changing the way that I approach rolling these games. So yeah, let's see how this works out. So we're going to get started. Jacksonville at Buffalo. The Jaguars and the Buffalo Bills, both at 5-5, so not the sexiest matchup in the world. But we're going to find out who wins the toss, and it will be the Bills. They have the higher number as the second die to read. And so they'll defer their defer their selection to the second half. Jacksonville chooses to receive, so that means Buffalo kicks off. And I've already made a mistake on my log. All right. And that'll be Dan Carpenter doing the honors. Buffalo's place kicker. He is rated an A kickoff guy, which means that it goes up to AAA. He's not the greatest as far as kicking it deep, but he does get a 14, so we add 6 to the base number. The base number for the number 14, we read the dice black, then white, 14. The base number is 69. We add 6 to that, which is 75, which is basically out of the end zone. So that'll be a touchback. And Tyrod Taylor in the Buffalo Bills offense. Actually, no, my bad. The Jaguars offense with Blake Bortles will arrive on the scene. 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. So starting for the Jaguars today, it will be Chris Ivory, running back. They're going to have Ben Koyak and Alex Ellis as tight ends, Alan Hearns, Allen Robinson, the wideouts, and Bortles behind center, and then you're going to have, oh crap, well, let me check one thing here before we get going, because this will be extremely helpful. Oh, and there's another interesting thing about this game. This is a complete analog game to 2016. It may be the only one that I ever hit in this season. For both teams, it's the 12th game. No, for both teams, it's the 11th game, week 12. They've had their bye. In week 12 of 2016, the Jaguars played at Buffalo. So this is a complete analog to the way it really is right now in this setup. So it's kind of interesting. So it'll be Kelvin Beachum at left tackle, left guard Chris Reed, Linder will be the center, and then it'll be A.J. Cann at right guard and Parnell at right tackle. So, and we'll talk about Buffalo when we get there. So, bear with me. This game could take a little bit of time. The other thing I had to plan out for is that Ron Darby gets injured at just about the end of the first quarter, so I have to make some changes once that is over. And Speaking of which, I already have the wrong chart in front here. There we go. Because Ron Darby gets to play corner first. Okay. So, after all that, we've got a 1st and 10. So what I do, my procedure is I roll a green die first. This determines the set. And let's do this. So, I mean, I've got a lot of screen. You can't really see much anyway. So let's take a second here and show you what this looks like. We'll put it down here in the bottom left. And one moment as I customize the layout so I can make it a little larger. Actually, let's just bring it right up here. Okay, we're almost there. That'll be good. So these are the two offenses. With a little bit of the defensive line shown there. And maybe I'll show you that in a little while. But so I roll the green die. And so Jacksonville's offense is on the left. There's also a long yard and a short yard set at 6. You know what? I need to. So that's what I usually do because it is the first play of the game, and I always set up the opening offense. I use set 1 to start. So the first one of the game is going to be what is listed on line 1, which is right. Let's see, can I find the cursor on this window? There it is. It's right here, right? Right, line 1 is right there. So, I'm going to make a choice now of the type of play with that personnel set. And they're going to start with a short pass, and then I use something else that's right below it, which is my usage chart, distribution chart, and it will be short pass to Hearns, and then I roll this orange die for the defense. It's going to be a safe defense because it's the number 3. So it was a short pass to Hearns versus a safe defense. Then I roll the primary engine of the game, the 2 dice, the black and the white. And it is a 21, so for the short pass, this goes off of Blake Bortles' completion percentage rating, which is an A, which it's an incomplete pass. He would need to have been needed to have been the highest rating you can have, which is quad A. So 2nd and 10 from the 25, trying to catch Buffalo napping there, but instead they were able to get that pass covered, and Bortles basically had to throw it away. So now we get set 6, which is going to include Yeldon, Lee, Ellis, Robinson, and Walters. And give Hearns a break right off the bat. Going to run inside with TJ Yeldon against a blitz. So when I do the run, I don't have to do the distribution chart. So a 52 checks is player F, who is Zach Brown, as he has run 0, which he is actually rated 1 for pass and 1 for run both. So no, he is not 0, so that means he's at least competent, and so he makes the play and jams up Yeldon for no gain. So 3rd and 10 from the 25. We're going to go to the long yardage set for Jacksonville. and they're going to go with a medium pass. This will also be to Hearns against the blitz. .65 is G, a 2 pass, so Preston Brown is not. So the quarterback throws just before he gets hit. This will be an R plus, but there's also a penalty flag down. So let's see. So Hearns is 14 plus 5 is 19-yard pass, but we'll have to see what the hanky's about. 15 is a penalty on the defense. That will be declined. Oh, wait, actually, because it is a face mask, right? Face mask, it will actually be tacked on. So that is a pass completed to Hearns for 19, plus a penalty on Buffalo for face mask. That's an extra 15 yards. The play was complete for a first down to begin with. But so the play itself took it up to the 44. Then you add another 15. That takes it down to the Buffalo 41. Quite a costly penalty there. First and 10. 14:05. Only 10 seconds runs off the clock. Gets stopped there because of the penalty. Okay. 6 is coming up a lot here. They're going to go ahead with they're going to go inside run with Yeldon again. And safe. 64 is going to be an unusual result. 55, 2 yards. Yeldon does not have an exclamation mark, so this is going to be a potential fumble. Well, it's a fumble. We'll have to see who recovers it. So Yeldon, 2, but then a fumble. It's considered a line fumble, so we roll on the line chart. 51 is K rated 0. So K on a safe defense is Jerry Hughes, and on a running play he is rated 0. So so Jeremy Parnell was able to get on top of that, and the offense does recover. And Yeldon is thankful because that could have been a huge fumble at this juncture in the ball game. So 13-30, 2nd and 8 from the 39. Okay, they're going to hard run inside again with Ivory this time against a pass defense. 56. So again, this is pass defense, so it's Jerry Hughes. He is a run. He is not a run 2. So, but it also checks Alan Hearns, and he is not a run 2 either. So it's going to be a 6-yard gain, as opposed to it could have been longer. So Ivory goes for 6. I'll leave it 3rd and 2 from the 33 of Buffalo. Jacksonville getting deeper into Bills territory. So they have a 3rd and 2. Set 2. If you can see that there. I think you can. And they're going to do a screen pass to Denard Robinson. Going to try and catch Buffalo napping a bit. They're going to have a safe defense. So let's see if they can eke out the 2 yards through the air. 32, guard B is A.J. Cann. He's not a 0 pass, so it's going to go to the extra screen pass plays. 26, E or F, or either of them 2 pass. So this was a safe defense. Zach Brown is Zach Brown is a rated 2 pass guy in safe defense. There's a listing on the chart right here with the lights and the glare. It's kind of tough to see. Zach Brown is rated 2 and 1 on safe and run defenses. So that fulfills the condition. It's only going to be it will be a completion to Robinson. But we need to roll a single die to determine what the yardage is. So he's got a 1/3 chance of picking up the first down. They need at least actually, they got a 5 out of 6 chance, as long as it's not a 1 and it's a 6. So that will be a first down. I got to write this a little neater because we've got 2 Robinsons in this game. We got Allen and we've got Denard. And so that is second first down of the drive. Down to the 27 of Buffalo. Okay, they're gonna throw a medium pass. It's gonna be to Alex Ellis. This would be his only completion of the game if he is able to make it. Actually, I guess he could get a second. So that's against a safe defense. Medium versus safe. 36. Center. Brandon Linder is not a 0 pass, so he's going to dump it off to Ivory, the running back, for a double D6 gain. 10. First down. So first and 10 from the 17. At the 11:45 mark. They're going to throw short to, well, let's see who. They're going to use the player selector. 12, short. That would be to TJ Yeldon. It's safe. And that's an 11. That's going to be complete for yardage that is just a yard short of the first down. So that'll be a 9-yard completion from Bortles to Yeldon. Takes him down to the 8. Second and 1. Looking to get into the end zone here, maybe. So they're going to throw short pass. When you're inside the 10-yard line, you cannot throw medium. And then when you're inside the 20-yard line, you can't throw long. All long passes would be made to medium. And inside the 10, all mediums would be made to short. So we're going to try a short pass. It's going to be to Hearns. Against safe. See if they can put this into the end zone. Or they should at least get the first down here if they can make the completion. Let's see. 16. That's based on on Bortles' completion percentage, and that is going to be an incompletion. 3rd and 1 from the 8. They're going to bring in the short yardage crew. It includes Chris Ivory, Alex Ellis at the tight end, Neil Sterling and Ben Koyak also in the tight end positions, with Allen Robinson still on the outside. And they're going to run inside with Ivory against a run. So I should come up with a graphic to put here on the channel, maybe on the underneath, because you can't really see down here anyway. But plays, play calling chart might even be, give me a moment here. I don't know if it is or not. That's not, so apologies about that, but maybe for another broadcast I'll make it up. So for normal sets, I use the base set for defense roll, which is 1 pass, 2 through 4 safe, 5 run, 6 blitz. If it's a if it's a passing situation, so if I use the long yardage, so basically if the Bills, since it's a long yardage situation and Jacksonville brings in their long yardage people, then 1 through 4 are they go to a pass defense. 5 and 6 are both blitz. And so now with this situation where we're in short yardage, 3rd and 1, they bring in the heavy guys. They're going to run inside with Ivory. The 2 is a run defense, so it's going to be inside run versus run. We'll see if Ivory can pick up this first down. So a 51. Check C, which will be Corey Graham. Is he a run 0? Sure enough, he is. So it goes to XR. We get another check. And let's see who the check is and whether or not they get the first down. 54. Is B a run 2? So B in this case is James Ehedigbo. And he is not on the base sheet, but he is in the extra player list. And he is a run 1. So what's the check? 54. Is he a run 2? Wait, 54. Is B a run 2? So he is 0-1 is James Ehedigbo. I'm going to double check this again because I looked at it kind of quickly. I think it's 0-1, but it could be 0- and 1. No, it's 0-1. So he is not a 2. B is not a run 2. So it would be a 14-yard gain, except they're on the 8. So this is a run for Ivory. He breaks through the middle, and he is in for the 8-yard touchdown run. Jacksonville goes up 6-0. Jason Myers will be out to attempt the extra point. He is rated A, so anything 63 or lower. It's 53, so that is good. So with 10:50, Jacksonville grabs an early 7-0 lead on the road. Yeah, this run play here for Ivory, he busts through the middle. First, an attempt by Corey Graham to make that tackle. Tries a little too easy, the little arm tackle. He runs right through it. Then he spins to his left. The head goes there. He could be bringing the guy down, but Ivory just trucks him and steamrolls in and puts down the mighty slam of the ball, spiking it and telling this Bills crowd that game on. So Myers is out for the kickoff for Jacksonville. Kickoff start from the 35 unless there's penalties. Stars on that drive, Chris Ivory, 18 yards on the ground. Actually, 14 on the ground, 10 through the air. Hearns with a 19, and of course aided by that face mask penalty, 23. So Myers he has 12 added to all of them, so 23 is going to put it way out of the end zone. Okay, so the Bills have some work to do here. 1st and 10 on their own 25. And I just realized I have not had my sweet morning caffeine, so somehow at 8 on a Saturday morning I'm chipper without having any caffeine. I feel like the more I sit back in this chair, the less the squeaking. I rock less, but I don't know. You guys would be the ultimate call it. So Tyrod Taylor, LaShawn McCoy for the Bills. McCoy, the running back. You've got Clay at tight end with Felton in the backfield as the fullback. Then you got Marquise Goodwin and Sammy Watkins. Watkins back from a long-term injury for this game. And then your line will be Cordy Glenn at left tackle, Jordan Mills at right, the infamous Richie Incognito at left guard, John Miller at right guard, and Eric Wood being out for the rest of the season. It will be Ryan Groy doing the honors of snapping the ball. And I did not go over the starting defense. Well, let's choose the play first. So it's going to be they're going to hand to McCoy inside run. He's rated AAA, and so let's see. It'll be the blitz defense to start. So your starting defense for Jacksonville will be the line will be Tyson Alualu and Sheldon Day on the edges, with Senderick Marks and Malik Jackson at the defensive tackle position. Linebackers will be Miles Jack, Paul Puzluzny, and Telvin Smith. And then your cornerbacks, Jalen Ramsey, Prince Amukamara. And the safeties are Tashawn Gibson and Jonathan Cyprian. And let's go. Inside run versus the blitz. Jacksonville with an aggressive look right up front. And it's going to lead to an unusual result. 35. That will be a 3-yard gain for McCoy, but the penalty. Let's listen to the referee here. The whistle was early. That's a false start. Buffalo on that's on John Miller. So I don't keep track of the penalties and who they're on. But that'll set back the Bills 5 yards, back to the 20, 1st and 15. Right off the bat, an unforced error. Thanks to anybody who is watching right now. I don't need to roll that because we're still going with that first set that you can see at the bottom, which includes McCoy and Felton and all that. So they're going to go with a screen pass, and it will be to Jerome Felton against a safe defense. And let's see how it works out. 34. End A is Marquise Goodwin. He is a 1 pass, not a 0 pass. So it's going to be a good catch for Felton. He's going to rumble outside for 8 yards. So they get back the yardage they lost plus a little. That'll be 2nd and 7 from the 28-yard line. At the 10-15 mark, early in the game. Now we'll roll this. It's a 3, so McCoy is still in the game. They're going to inside run with him against a run, so it's a good guess by the Jags defense. 45, tackle B. Jordan Mills is not a run too, so it's going to be McCoy getting forced. A little far outside, gets strung out, and he loses a yard. 3rd and 8 from the 27. I'm going to go long yardage, and they're going to go with a medium pass to Slammin' Sammy against a blitz. Medium against a blitz. See if Sammy Watkins back from his injury. 21, though, that will be with Tyrod Taylor. He is a AA completion, guys. A little better. About 67, 68%, but that's going to be incomplete. And that will lead to 4th down. So Jacksonville had 7-0, and the Bills cannot answer. 9:30, it will be a punt for Colton Schmidt. And the 61 is going to be, it's going to check his return. It's better than E, so, or it is E or better. So you subtract 4 from his 42-yard average, so a 38-yard punt, not great. No return, and Jacksonville will get right back to it. 9:20, 1st and 10. So It'll be at the 35 by my count. Let's double check this. 37, 40. Yep. Second possession for the Jaguars. They've raced right down the field and scored on Buffalo. They're going to go short pass, and that'll be to Hearns. He has one reception currently. Hearns short against safe. $61. That's another roll of 61. D2 pass. Ronald Darby's still in the game. He's not. So it's going to check SB on set 1. It's Ellis as he is 0 pass, and Ellis is, so it's going to be a single D6 worth of yards gained for Hearns. That'll be 6. So that would be 8, 45, second, and 4, 41. Again, this is basically an analog game. Same competitors, same week, same lineups. It's interesting. And I was going to do an inside run. I forgot to mention it, but it's against a safe defense. That's why I didn't roll the D20. So Ivory, 45. Quarterback, a run to. Blake Bortles is not, so he's going to get stopped up and lose a yard. Ivory will. 3rd and 5 from the 40. Down to 8-10. 3rd and 5 is not long enough for long yardage, so we're going to give them the benefit of the doubt to be able to go off of normal defensive play calling chart. They're going to go short pass. This will be to Koyak against blitz. Let's see if they can beat the blitz here. Short to Koyak, the tight end. 36. His guard be a 2 pass. AJ can. He would be on the other side of the 50 since we're on Jacksonville's side at the 40. He is only a 1 pass. So Koyak does not have a question mark, so that is an incomplete pass. Or no. My bad. If the question mark on an incomplete, that means if Bortles has a question mark, it's a sack instead of an incompletion. But it's not, so 8 minutes left. 4th and 5, and the Bills defense puts up the stop. Brad Nortman is coming out for the punt. Also 61. We've had a couple of those. That will be -4 from his average with no return. So that's going to be 43. All right, with 7:50 left, it's 7-0 Jacksonville over Buffalo. 1st and 10 for the Bills on the 17-yard line. Let's double check this. 50, 40, 30, 20. Yep. So Jacksonville playing the field possession game. I said field possession. I meant field position. Okay, so Buffalo's going to go back to McCoy for an inside run against a run. They're guessing right here today so far. Kind of tough to see. Yeah, I'm going to try bringing this down a little more. That's too much. Okay, that's a little better. But you can see there for a run defense, so McCoy's going to have to do it against Jacksonville's best run stoppers. 45 tackle B is Mills. He's not a run 2. We already had that result once, so McCoy is going to lose a yard again. Man, that looked like the same play call. Maybe they're getting a little predictable. Okay, so Jonathan Williams comes in the game at the tailback position. They're going to try a short pass. This will be to, let's see, 5. It'll be to Brandon Tate, the slot receiver, versus safe defense. Robert Woods out with an injury. 62. Bills are the home team, so that's going to be a completion to Tate for our yardage. Tate has our yardage of 15. And that will be a first down. So the Bills get their initial first down of the drive. I have to flip my sheet here. So it'll be down to 740, or no, 640. First and 10 from 31 of Buffalo. And Brandon Tate can have no more RC. I'll tell you what, this is where the full season use of stats for second season can be a little tough, because when you get injuries and you end up using guys that are starting who only have, like, let's say they average a catch a game, but in one game they catch 10, and then the other 15 games they catch, in 3 of them they catch 1, and that's it, or something like that, you know. It kind of makes it tough, but you just do the best you can here with this game, with certain situations. And McCoy back in there. They're gonna try running an outside run with McCoy this time. This will be against safe. Outside runs tend to not be quite as successful, but they can also be, they're a little higher risk, a little higher reward. I didn't think this was completely resting on that, but I guess it was. Which I guess is fine. All right. 54H, run 0. So finally we deal with the Jacksonville defense. I don't think we've checked anybody yet over there. It's going to be Tyson Alualu. And he is a run 1, not a run 0. So that's going to be a 1-yard loss for McCoy. And then there is an injury check. 41 NC for Buffalo would be Charles Clay. Can he get injured? Not exactly, but first let's roll out the normal injury check. 44, it would be he would lose the game, but in this case we get to do a second roll because he's on the list of guys who play every game. And so with a 1 roll, that means we don't have to worry about an injury on that. But it'll be 2nd and 11 from the 30. So we'll take him out for 1 play. We use Nick O'Leary in his place. They're going to inside run with McCoy, being a little conservative here against safe. .26, C or J, run 0. C is Cyprian, he's a run 2. J, Malik Jackson's a run 1. So he's going to get 2 yards, but there is a penalty. And the play never happened because that is a false start. So it'll be 2nd and 16 from the 25. And because that happened, Clay will be back in the game, except it will be O'Leary because we go to a different set. They're going to go with a short pass to Walt Powell against a run defense. Let's see if they can get the mismatch to work for him here. 21 will be incomplete. Going off of Tyrod Taylor's AA rating, 620, 3rd and 16. We're going to go medium pass. This will be to Charles Clay against a blitz. Man, I cannot get this guy to behave, my camera. All right, so medium versus blitz. Charles Clay. 43 is NB, a 2-pass. NB is Sammy Watkins. He's not. So it will be an incompletion. And that will put an end to the Buffalo Bills drive at 25. Punt for Schmidt. .44. There'll be there's going to be a return on this. It is returnable. It's a 41-yard punt, and got to check and see who did their returns. Punt returns. Rashad Green. .51 is going to be add 2 to his return, so an 8-yard return for Green. So a nice little scoot there for him down to the 6-minute mark. Jacksonville's 3rd possession, 1st and 10. So it's 25. I think that's 34. $45, $45, $35. Yep. Oh, that was only on the punt. 34 for the punt. And then 8 on the return makes it 42. So great field position for Jacksonville. They should be able to turn this into at least 3 points here. Barring a mess up. All right, Yeldon in the game. They're going to try throwing the ball. They're going to go with a short pass to Marquise Lee against pass defense. So the Bills do guess right. .31, tackle B or guard A, either of them 0. Tackle B is Jeremy Parnelli's 1. Guard A is Chris Reed, and on the Jacksonville half of the field, he is a 1. If he were on the Bills side, he'd be 0, but because neither of them are 0, protection holds up. They dump off to Lee, turns out, still. And he is going to get a single D6 worth of yardage. It'll be 5. You can't see it. There. Maybe that's a little better, I hope. 2nd and 5, down to 5:25. 47-yard line. 7-0 Jacksonville for anybody tuning in and didn't see it. An Ivory 8-yard run. 8-yard run. Put the Jaguars ahead here on Bills' home ground. So we're going to roll. So Ivory's going to run inside against pass defense. So they're on 2nd and 5. Tackle A run 0. Kelvin Beachum is. So Ivory will be taken down for a 1-yard loss. 3rd and 6 at the 46. This looks like a passing down for the Jaguars. But they are going to stay with a base set. They're going to throw short. Short, and it'll be to Koyak again against a run defense. So part of the reason that I stick with, I don't initially, like, I think I think it's 37 before I usually go to long yardage, because it basically dials in the pass defenses. But the Bills still think maybe they could run a sneak here, not a sneak, a draw play or something to play with a run tendency. 44, tackle A, a 0 pass. Kelvin Beachum is not a 0 pass. So it's caught over the linebacker for half R. Now Koyak is a 9, so that's unfortunate, because Koyak, half R, you round up, it's 5 yards. It leads to a 4th and 1 from the Bills' 49. 4:15. That's one of the things that about me switching to using this D20 to select who is going to be the targeted receiver is, if I'm choosing the receiver, I can look at their R yardage and figure, okay, it's a short pass. A lot of times it can be like half R. If I need 6 yards, I want to take a guy like Allen Robinson, who has an R of 12, so if he gets half R, he makes the first down. But I'm not sure if that's completely realistic either. Coaches aren't aware of their current players' full season average yardage. So, but now we have an interesting dilemma, and I do believe usually with Jacksonville, I would say their coaching staff at this period of time was pretty conservative, so they're going to go with a coffin corner punt on 4th and 1 on the Bills' 49. Try to pin Buffalo deep, and it's a 43. So is he D or better? Coffin, he's a B coffin rated guy. So that condition is met. So it's going to be downed at the 8. So that'll be a 41-yard punt downed. And so we're at the 4:05 mark. Buffalo gets their 3rd possession, 1st and 10 from their own 8. So I'm rolling. They're definitely going to be going a bit conservative here. They're going to run with McCoy inside against safe. .42 is the center of run 2. Ryan Groy is not, so he's going to end up with a 2-yard gain. Second 8 from the 10. They're going to screen it to McCoy. Well, actually, I should roll. They're going to screen it to McCoy against pass. Trying to avoid a sack, because when in second season, if you are inside the 10, your chances of a safety go way, way up than what I think real life probably is. So you just have to keep that in mind. Trying medium and long passes from inside your own 10 is a recipe for a somewhat unrealistic result. 32. Quarterback Tyrod Taylor is a 1, not a 0, so it will go to XS. So this will be a successful, this has a good chance of being a successful screen pass play. 33. NC in this play is Charles Clay. He is not 0, he's 1. So that's going to be a pass play to McCoy. He's going to scramble, going to get outside, going to make a defender misses, and he's going to end up being hauled down at the 24-yard line, a 14-yard gain. First down, Buffalo. So a little breathing room now. And that's, again, if I'm giving you tips on the game, not trying to criticize, I'm just trying to kind of, like I say, give you a tip that you get inside, even inside the 15-yard line, long and medium passes, especially if you get a blitz defense, you know, I just don't feel like you have enough 2-rated pass, like offensive linemen and stuff to be able to fend that off on a reliable basis. And especially long passes, they're already down around maybe like 20% efficacy, so you're really not doing yourself. So McCoy, they're going to run him. Let's go run him outside this time against pass. Running outside can be a little bit of a gamble. 22, he's an outside of double A. See, and right here we're going to get a 1-yard gain. So at least he doesn't lose yardage. Now McCoy's rated for 20 carries, so he can go quite a while, and he's already probably up to 5 with 2:20 left in the first quarter. Second 9, 25. I feel like they're going to have to do some kind of a short pass here. They're going to short pass it to Watkins against a blitz. They really need to get some yardage here. See if they can beat this blitz. 43 NB 0. Watkins is a 1, so secondary man is wide open for Q. So that will be a first down. Taylor is rated 11 on the Q rating. So we just have to decide who it's going to be, and it will be player 4, which will be Marquise Goodwin. 4-11, and that may be the first down of the game for Buffalo. I can't remember them getting one before. No, they did get one. Brandon Tate had a 15-yard completion. Well, and I forgot to mark it down right here too. McCoy got a first down. What am I doing? My memory's going. 145, 1st and 10 from the 36. Okay, they're going to run Jonathan Williams inside. Gets a B grade for the first 2 carries. So against a blitz. Mike Gillislee out for this game. So Jonathan Williams gets to step up into the backup running back role. 43 again. Quarterback is Tyrod Taylor, not a run 0. We get an XR, so he could have a nice carry here. Let's see. 31. Or either tackle A or tackle B, a run 0. They're both run 1. Buffalo, a good running team up front. That's a 9-yard gain for Jonathan Williams. Second and 1 from the 45. McCoy back in. They're going to try a long pass to Watkins. Or no, it's going to be to Justin Hunter against a safe defense. Figure 2nd and 1, their own 45. Maybe they can sneak one behind the defense. 24. D, a 0 pass. Prince Amukamara isn't. J, safe is Malik Jackson. He's not. So it's going to be a potential interception. Tyrod Taylor is an interception rating of 1. So it has to be 14 or less, and it's 33, so it's just an incompletion. 3rd and 1. Whoa. Let's see if that holds. So it just falls harmlessly out of the way. So there's 1 minute left in the first quarter. Been a lot of plays so far in the first quarter. Bills will go with a short yardage package, and they're going to hit McCoy up inside against safe. No, against run, actually, with a short yardage set. 1 to 4 is run. So, and I think this got tilted up just a little bit. 12 for McCoy. He is rated AAA inside. That'll be a 5-yard gain and another first down. Bills are on the move. Up to the 50, right? The midfield stripe, 1st and 10. 25 seconds remaining. This will be, could be the last play of the quarter. So they're gonna try a short pass to Watkins against safe. Trying to get Sammy the ball here before the end of the quarter. He hasn't been used much. 44 guard A. Richie Incognito is not a zero pass, so it's going to be completed for half R, but a penalty marker. It's going to be a penalty on the defense. Watkins, 8 yards. That'll be a holding penalty. They're going to go ahead and accept that to get the first down. Defensive holding. So that'll be 45-yard line of Jacksonville and 15 seconds left. 1st and 10. All right. They're going to run inside again with Williams against pass defense. Quarterback a run 2. He is, so that'll be another XR, so another good gain here for Williams. Potentially 64. Is he greater than C? So on his first 2 carries, Jonathan Williams is graded a B, so he is. So this is going to be, he's going to get out into the open. This is a go. But 13 will bring it down to 12, so 12 plus 4. So a 16-yard gain for Williams and a first down. And that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. So that takes him down to the 29, Jacksonville. So end of first quarter. Jacksonville with the lead. 7-0 over Buffalo. Bills are driving. But we'll just have to see if they can complete this drive. So 7-0 here. This is my game report. I keep a little box score up there at the top. And I did not write down. So it was at the 4:10 mark. Jacksonville scored. Ivory, a 8-yard dash. For the visitors. So at this point, tempted to take a break and shut down here for a bit and play some more a little later. What the heck? Let's keep it going. Let's, but I need to do my stats. So Yeldon, no gain. Hurds 19. Yeldon 2-yard run. Ivory for 6. Denard Robinson 6-yard completion. Ivory with a 10-yard completion. Made Bortles 3 for 4 early. Then Yeldon another 9. 4 for 5. 4 for 6. And then Ivory with his 8-yard scramble run. Lays waste to James Ehedigbo. All right, so then the Bills get the ball. A pass to Felton. McCoy loses one and then incomplete. So that gave it back. Hearns with a 6-yard grab. Ivory lost a yard and then an incompletion. So that made it 5 for 8 at that point for Bortles. Buffalo ball. Run run for McCoy. He lost one. I forgot to write that down, but I can tell by the second 11. So Tate with a 15-yard grab. First down, but then so McCoy with 3 runs for -3 yards right along the way, and then 2 for 5 for Taylor at the 6-minute mark. And that led to a punt. Then Marquise Lee with a 5-yard reception. Ivory was knocked back a yard, and Koyak with a 5-yard reception. But that wasn't enough. They punted, and then McCoy with a 2-yard gain. They hit him with a screen pass for 14, get him out of trouble. Then he pushed through the line for a yard. Marquise Goodwin, they checked down to him for an 11-yard completion. Jonathan Williams pounds in 9 yards on a 1st and 10. Incomplete, but then McCoy gets 5. Williams then goes with a 16-yard run, which ended the half. So, real quick, 6 from McCoy for 5 yards. Not a very good average there, but Williams pops in 25 yards on 2 carries. Goodwin 1 for 11. Felton 1 for 8 through the air. 1 for 15 for Brandon Tate. McCoy 1 for 14. So that means Tyrod Taylor was 4 for 8. Only a 50% efficiency rating. Not very good. 29. 19 would be 48. 48 yards. Tyrod Taylor not known for his aerial displays, so to speak. Although he does hit a long pass every once in a while. 4 for Ivory for 12. 2 for 2 for Yeldon. Oh, and Buffalo, so that makes it 8. 8 on the ground, 8 through the air, about right for them as far as. So these are things that, so 8 for 30 for the Bills and 8 for 48 through the air. So I do like to, I use graph paper to do this. I do like to try and keep track of how the play calling is going. Make sure I'm not, Buffalo's about a run 50, whereas Jacksonville not so much. So that's a 6 for 14 for Jacksonville on the ground. So 2 for 25 for Hearns. 1 for 5 for Lee. Double check. I think that was 5. Yeah. Looks a little off. 1 for 9. Another 1 for 5 for Koyak. 1 for 10 for Ivory. 1 for 6 for Robinson. So these should equal. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7. 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7 for 10. So about 70% there for Bortles, which sounds about right. Was not sacked. Was not intercepted. Did not throw it to, so nothing. But that does lead to 10. So we got about a 60%, which is, I'd say, is about right for Jacksonville. I try and call the game. I try to do a mental job of calling the game like the team would. So this is 39, 44, 54, 60. 60 yards for Bortles. But the other thing that I do, by tallying these up, what you do is it helps for, you need to make sure you keep the guys within, the receivers especially, but also your running backs within the usage guidelines. So Koyak with 1, he can get 2 catches. Ivory is okay with 2, and he only has 1. So everybody, I think, is well within their, okay, Denard Robinson has 1. That's about all he can do on the R catches. So you can still target them, but if the calculation involves an R, then it's logged as an incompletion. So And then for Buffalo, everybody's at 1. Did we knock? Yeah, Felton needs to be knocked out of here. Tate was knocked out. McCoy is fine. He can catch 4. Goodwin can only catch 2. So, okay. Oh, that's my micro. I like to use the Boulder normal 207 for these. This makes it a little more, makes it stand out a little more on the sheet to me. I like them. It's a 1st and 10 for Buffalo at, is it 29? So getting into Carpenter's field goal range, but he's not the most reliable outside of the 40-yard line. So there's a reason why the Bills dumped him after this season for Stephen Hauschka. All right, they're going to pass here to start the second half. They're going to try a medium pass to Watkins against a run, so they guess right. Can this turn into something good for the Bills? But it's going to be an unusual result. 23. Well, it's a 16-yard completion, but there's an offensive foul. Penalty, offensive pass interference. That'll be a 10-yard loss to the 39. It'll be 1st and 20. So, in the book, and this is another thing that at times they just, I don't know if it's because there's a disparity in the old rules versus the new rules. For an offensive pass interference, actually I should go back to, it was medium versus run. It says down here, offensive pass interference, 10 yards, loss of down. There is no loss of down on an offensive pass interference. An intentional grounding, yes, that is a loss of down. Also, there'd be loss of down for things like first player to touch a forward pass is an ineligible receiver. Or a forward pass after you've passed the line of scrimmage. Those are the types of things that get a loss of down. That one does not. So my word of advice to anybody watching this who plays second season, make sure that you have a pretty good grasp of the rules in the league, because that will guide you. I would every day use a rule that's based in reality versus a rule that could just reflect when the game was created. But I don't think it was. I think it's just a mistake, which is okay. Everybody makes mistakes. 1st and 20. They're gonna have to go with a short pass here. Try to get this into more manageable. So it'll be to Tate, which he has already reached his R limit. So let's see who it's against. So we have to play with it, and it hurts because if it's an R catch with Tate, then it's an incompletion. But this is the way that the game is somewhat played. If you're choosing, then you don't have to run into it. You can bias out of it. But okay, 16. AA is incomplete. 2nd and 20. 10 seconds off the clock on that one. I don't use long yardage until you get 3rd down. Okay, so I'm going to try a medium pass this time. This will be to Walt Powell against a run. Another reason I don't use the long yardage until 3rd down is I think some of the things I've read and looked at, I do believe that there's too many opportunities for likes. When I mean likes, pass versus pass, run versus run, pass versus safe. I feel like you need to have some mismatched intentions in order to help get the yardage to where it needs to go. So this is going to be a medium pass against run. 33 is guard B, a 0 pass. John Miller is, so that's incomplete. That's a shame. I think he's the only one on that. Now, the whole right side of the Bills' offensive line does not have a great pass rating. So 14-30, 3rd and 20 from the 39. They're going to have to throw long here. Actually, nah, they're using long yardage. They're going to use medium pass. I want to try and get into Carpenter's field goal range. And I didn't pick the receiver. Let's do that now. 7 on medium is going to be Brandon Tate again. 25, E or C, a 2 pass. C is a 1. It's Cyprian. E is pass defense is going to be Miles Jack. He's a 1. So receiver gets a step. R plus yards. That's an incompletion. So 14-20. That's going to be a coffin punt. You can't go for it on 4th and 20. It's a shame it has to be that way, but that's a touchback, but there's also a penalty. 43. Yeah, let's see. I have to go to the penalties on the kick plays. Ineligible receiver downfield. They're going to decline that since it went into the end zone. So 14-10, 1st and 10 from the 20. Hey there, Al. Welcome. Good morning. It's Saturday. I'm up too early. You know the drill. Six. So yeah. So Jonathan Williams does not have that B rating anymore, but we're going to have him run inside against safe. Wait, what am I doing? I have to re-roll. I can use the 6, but this is Jacksonville. I was completely in Bills mode for some reason. All right. Yeah, they'll run with Yeldon, and it's going to be against pass defense. Inside run. Against pass. 13. And Yeldon is a B, so that'll be a single yard. Don't know how long I'm going to go here, but 2nd and 9 from the 21. 4. That'll be Robinson. They're gonna try a short pass to Denard Robinson, which he's already met his R rating. So yeah, that's a run defense. Now the thing is that there are selections other than R catches you can get on the S column or whatever, and it can help. But 54 is. So this is going to be James Hedigbo. He is not a 2 pass, so it's going to be XS. So this will be successful on the short pass to Denard Robinson, most likely. 24, G or H 2 pass. G is Preston Brown. He is not. H on the run defense is Jerry Hughes. He is not. So that's going to be an 11-yard gain and a 1st down. .32-yard line. 13 minutes left in the 2nd quarter. Jacksonville up 7-0. I should incorporate a scoreboard. That'd be kind of a good thing. They're going to run an inside run for Rob. Actually, they'll go outside run for Robinson. He has a little bit better rating outside. First 3 carries he gets a grade of B. So inside run or outside run versus safe. I a run 2. So that's going to be Kyle Williams. And lucky enough for the Bills, Kyle Williams is a run 2. So he is going to bust through the line and stop Denard Robinson for a 1-yard loss. Get him in the backfield. 2nd and 11. So now Jacksonville is going to have to think probably a little bit of pass. They're going to try a medium pass this time. Target Hearns against a safe defense. 14, Bortles is A, so it'll be a completion to 11 on the medium is going to be, that is a completion to Chris Ivory. For Q minus, so his Q is 11, minus 1, so a 10-yard gain for Ivory through the air. We'll make it a 3rd and 1. So they're going to go short yards. They're going to hit inside with Ivory against safe. C, they run 0. It's going to be Corey Graham, and he is a run 0. So XR column. 45, end A is Alan Hearns. He is a run 0. So that's going to be a missed assignment, but they will get the first down. It'll be a 5-yard gain. And I forgot to change this sheet here, which factors out Ron Darby. I have one created behind it that takes care of that. So whoops, that's not the right one either. That doesn't look right. Where did you go? There. Okay. Doesn't change anything about that play. Just might change something here in the future because I won't be factoring in Ron Darby. 11, 15, 1st and 10. They get up to the 46. Approaching midfield. They're going to throw. I'm going to do short to Hearns. Keep getting Hearns against safe. Two is F. Zach Brown is he a 0. So against safe defense, he is a not a 0. He's a 2 pass. So it's going to be complete to Hearns. Actually, no, it won't. So sometimes, whoa, what happened? There we go. Well, things started acting a little weird there for a minute, so you know, I've already shown you this. I'm just gonna get rid of it because it seemed to have caused a problem. Okay, so I'm just gonna show you here. You get these in the book. I don't want to show you too much, but it'll say complete with a question mark. So if the receiver in question has a question mark like Alan Hearns does right here next to his R grade, then it actually turns from a completion into an incompletion. So that was on the 52. That is incomplete. So 2nd and 10. That just means that he drops a fair number of catches. And so there's a few things like that in the book, and you have to pay attention because you can kind of tune them out sometimes if you're not paying attention real close. So they're going to go to short pass to Allen Robinson. He hasn't been targeted yet, but he will here because Darby's out of the game. Against Safe. Short against Safe again. This time Allen Robinson. 43 is guard B, a 0 pass. No, AJ Cannon's not. So that's going to be complete over the middle for Q. So that's an alternate receiver. It'll still be, actually no, it will be Koyak for 11 and a first down. And they march into Bills territory. 1st and 10 on the 43. So let's go with another short pass. It'll be to Marquise Lee against pass. Let's see if the Bills can rise to the occasion here. 41, quarterback Blake Bortles, not a 0 pass. This will be an extra chance at longer yardage. 25. Guard A is a 0 pass, so that will nix it out here. It will be a D6 worth of yardage, and it'll be 1. So the pass complete to Marquise Lee for 1 yard. Under 10 minutes to go now, 9:55. 2nd and 9, 42 of Buffalo. Jacksonville on the move. They're up 7-0. And they will run inside with Denard Robinson against a run. Going to try putting on the afterburners here a little bit. So this is going to be an unusual result. 42, 2-yard loss for Robinson. Penalty as well. 12. So that's going to be 2-yard loss plus a 15-yard penalty on the offense for clipping. Because I think it's a clip, it's not an attack on. I think you either choose the 2-yard loss, and the Bills will choose the penalty. So that's going to back up Jacksonville to the Bills 43, or the Jacksonville 43, 2nd and 16. So that 2-yard loss comes off the books. It's going to be a repeat of 2nd down. They're going to throw a long pass to Allen Robinson against a run defense. Boy, this is a recipe for a potential big play. They catch Buffalo napping here. Let's see if the Bills' outside defenders can take care of this. 26. Tackle be a 2 pass? No. Quarterback? No. Neither of them are 2 pass. So the receiver is open, but it's incomplete. But there's also a penalty. 54. Oh, it's going to be a hold. The Bills will decline this, so that's incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 16 from the 43. Of course, now if Jacksonville completes a 20-yard pass play, then so it's going to be a long yardage. They're going to go medium pass. This will be targeted to Koyak against pass. '56 is J, which is Leger Duzable. He is not a zero pass, so it's going to be a sack, but also a penalty. Let's see what the penalty is right now. 51. It's a hold. They're going to decline that. So it is a sack. What was that rule before? Yeah, it's 56. 10-yard loss. The sack will be by, we'll say it's by Duzable himself. The roll came up Darius, but he's not on the field, so that's a -10. Penalty decline on the Jacksonville offense, and that will lead to a punt. So 4th and 16 from the 33. And because the penalties decline, the clock starts. That'll be a punt for Nortman. Potential block. 63 is probably not going to be a block, but we'll... The block column. Punt block. 14. He's not a block. He doesn't get blocked very often. So it's going to be a 30-yard punt, no return. So good news for the Bills. Short punt for Nortman. Be down to the 37 of Buffalo. Buffalo gets their 4th possession. Their own 37, 1st and 10. They're going to try a... They're going to go ahead and try a trick play against blitz. So it's against any defense in the book, but they've got to try and get something going here. They're going to try and be a little deceptive here. 52. Player EA or EB attempts to pass on a fake reverse. Ball intercepted 24 yards upfield. So this is an interception of, let's see, it's either EA or EB. So it's either Goodwin or Watkins. We'll say it's Goodwin. Interception by Jalen Ramsey. 20 yards upfield, and he's going to get a return out of it. So that went awry. You only get to run one trick play a game. 11 tumbles backwards for minus yardage. -5. Well, Jacksonville will take over. So 37 to 47, 43, and -5 to 38. Well, Buffalo just gave the ball away. First turnover of the game for either team. Head coach screaming in his headset, "What are you doing? That was a horrible time for that call." Jacksonville up 7-0. Low scoring game so far. They're going to run inside with Ivory against pass. And a 15, he is a run A. That'll be a 5-yard gain for Ivory. Picks up some good yardage on that. Makes 2nd and 5 from the 43. 8 minutes and 5 seconds left in the quarter, in the first half. All right, so they're going to go ahead and throw short to Robinson. I still don't think Allen Robinson has a catch against safe. .24. A or G0. So A is Stephon Gilmore. He's not. G, Preston Brown is not. So it's going to be a potential interception on this play as well. It's deflected, but it'll be incomplete as this number is above the number for Bortles' interception rating, which is considered the Y rating. So 755, 3rd and 5 from the 43. They're going to try another pass play. It's going to be a short pass to Hearns. Against safe again. 36 is Garday, a 2 pass. No, he's not Chris Reed. He's 1. So pressure from a linebacker, or no, from the defensive line, it's going to be incomplete. So that leads to a 4th and 5, and Jacksonville can go nowhere with that pretty good field position. Nortman will come in to punt. And there will be a return. So it was 54. It's going to be -3 from his average. That'll be a 44-yard kick. It's going to end up down to the 13-yard line of Buffalo. So from the 13, I need to check and see who returned punts. It's going to be Brandon Tate. Brandon Tate will return this. 45. That'll be a 13-yard return, so a nice little scamper there for Tate. The Bills will get the ball back with 7:35 left in the first half. 13, but then a 13-yard, so it'll be the 26-yard line. Bills got down to the Jacksonville 29 2 possessions ago, but then took an offensive pass interference penalty, and it just got worse from there. 3 incompletions in a row, and they had to punt. So they need to mount another drive. It's going to be an inside run for McCoy against a blitz. .24 is Garday, a run 2. He is XR. You know what would be great? So I was watching the highlights of this game. Make sure of something here. I'm hoping that this microphone is working, but the results of this, I was watching what happened in this game. Again, this is an analog game. This is the, you know what? I probably need to select, because I don't know if this is working or not. Let's go with this. Something messed up with my camera and it went haywire, so I don't have that camera's. So anyway, McCoy had a long run, and we have a chance for a long run here. Can we see one? 56, it was so close. But no, Jalen Ramsey is not a run 2, so it's going to be a 15-yard gain for McCoy. If it had been a 61, we would have had a chance. But instead it was 56. But if it had been 61, we would have gotten a go. And we might have seen a repeat of history. But 7, that will be a first down as McCoy gets dragged down at 41. We're going to do a sweeper for Taylor against a safe. So outside run, Tyrod against safe. 25 is tackle A, a run 0. Nope. SB is Felton. He's a run 1, so neither of them are. That'll be XR. So, and plus, Tyrod gets an extra die's worth of yardage on a game. So 32, H. H is Tyson Alualu. He is not a run 2, so it's 9 yards for Taylor. He's going to get a first down after adding another 5 onto it. 14-yard carry. Gets around the end, gets out and open, makes the defender miss. 1st and 10 from the 45 of Jacksonville. What I will probably do is take a break at halftime and try to sort out my problems with my PC. Okay, they're going to go with a screen pass here. Be to Jonathan Williams against safe. K is going to be Yannick. Wait, so it's safe defense. Yeah, Yannick Ngakoue. He's not a 0 pass, so it's going to be a loss for Williams of 1. So a good play by Tyson Alualu. 2nd and 11. 5:30 left in the quarter. McCoy back in the game. They're going to throw a medium pass this time to Walt Powell against safe. $23 is C, a 2 pass. No, Cyprian is not. Is I a 2 pass? I is going to be, let's see, safe. Is it Sinderic Marks? He's not. So it will be. It has the potential for a good gain here. So it was to Walt Powell. 65. A 2 pass. Yes, he is. Textbook coverage, so there's going to have to be a dump off to an alternate receiver. It will be Justin Hunter, 3 yards. So that didn't work out so well. 3rd and 8. And now Justin Hunter can't catch an R pass. Also in this game, I think Walt Powell breaks his leg later in the game, real late in the game. So it's going to be it's long yardage situation. They're going to go with a medium pass to Marquise Goodwin against a blitz. Can the Bills beat the blitz? 16 will be an incompletion, and they will not. So it'll be 4th and 8. And again, their drive stalls in Jacksonville territory, and they're going to have to go with a coffin corner punt from Colton Schmidt. And that's going to be a touchback. So he's got 2 of them in a row that went into the end zone. 4:50 in the first half left. It's Jacksonville 7-0. From the 20. Just enough offense to be dangerous, but not enough offense to be actually lethal. All right, so they're going to go with Jacksonville's going to try a long pass. This will be to Allen Robinson against the blitz. $53. H is going to be Nickel Roby, and he is not a two-pass. So, blitz picked up. Quarterback finds an open man, so it'll be an alternate receiver for Q plus R. We're going to make that Allen Robinson. I forgot to adjust my chart there. Q plus R, so 11 plus 12 is 23, and that'll be a first down. To the 43-yard line. So what I said by my usage chart. I forgot to set my distributions. I usually set that before the game. This chart is most likely set for Baltimore or Tennessee, where they have a tight end who can actually go deep. Ben Koyak is not a receiving tight end by any stretch. And so I would, if I was going to set this, I would have set it to be Allen Robinson and Allen Hurns, and Marquise Lee, the only guys getting targeted on long passes. So that's kind of where that came from. Okay, so they're going to run inside with Yeldon against safe. Guard A run 0. Yes, he is. And so Yeldon is swallowed up for 4 yards behind the line of scrimmage there. 2nd and 14. 3:40 left in the period. They're going to go with a short pass to Robinson against safe. 33. EA. Hurns is not two pass, so it'll be a completion to Robinson for 6. It's half R. 3rd and 8 from the 45. Now the Bills may call timeout here if Jacksonville does not pick this up. It's long yardage, so they're going to go with a medium pass to, this will be targeted to Koyak against blitz. .43 FB is Yeldon. He's not a two pass, so it's going to be incomplete. So Buffalo does not need to use a timeout. 2:55 left in the half. 4th and 8 from the 45. You have to be beyond the 45 to use Coffin, so it's just going to be a regular punt for Nortman. It's going to be a long punt. This will probably be a touchback, so we got to go to the long punt column. 33. Be a 48-yarder and a fair catch. So it might not be, actually. That might be. Now, if it goes inside the 10, usually the way it ends up getting played, since you usually go off Coffin, which will tell you it's inside the 10, and it has to be down. If it's on a punt, like a long punt situation, it lands inside the 10, you're allowed, the receiving team's allowed to let it bounce, and it goes into the end zone for a touchback. So from the 45, we go 45, 35, 25, 15, 5. So it lands at the 7, and it's going to roll in. So we're going to call that a 55-yard punt touchback. Jags fans may not be happy about that potential rule, but I have seen it on the forum before. So, and now I think some people do use a could use it. You could use a decide or die, whether it drops, but I feel like that's the coffin corner. So 1st and 10 on the 20, 2:45 left. Buffalo will. They're going to run with McCoy. Going to go with an outside run this time against safe. .56 is K, which is on a safe. That's going to be Ngakwe, as he has run 0, and guess what? He is. So that'll be XR. So this is going to be potential for a longer run for McCoy. 26. E or F a run 2. Miles Jack. Wait, this is safe. So it's Aaron Colvin. He is not a run 2. F is Paul Poslusny. Also not a run 2. So that'll be an 8-yard gain for McCoy. And it's not inside 2 minutes, but I let it go inside 3 minutes for using the 2-minute offensive time. It's 8, right? 26. Yes. 2nd and 2 from the 28. So we're going to let him go with 25 seconds. Kind of hurry up to the line. 2:20 left. They're going to go with a medium pass to Watkins. No, I guess to Hunter. She's already, yeah, so Hunter against safe. Medium versus safe. 52, D, a 2 pass. Prince of Mukamara is not. It's going to be an R catch, which Justin Hunter has already reached his R limit. That will be incomplete. 3rd and 2 from the 28, 2:10. We're going to go with... They're going to run inside with McCoy against safe. Do 2 things. One is, if you get the first down, great. You get the 2-minute warning to stop the clock. Of course, if you don't, they don't need to use a timeout anyway. So here we go. 22. He is a AA, so that's an XR column again for McCoy. So this, let's see what happens. 21, tackle B is a run 1, not a run 0, so it's going to be another 8-yard gain and a first down for McCoy. And that will bring us to the 2-minute warning. 1st and 10 from the 36 of Buffalo. Still have all 3 timeouts to spare. We're going to throw short to Walt Powell. Pass defense. E. Miles Jack. He is not a 2 pass, so but he's also not rated 0, so it's going to be incomplete. They're going to go with their long yardage set. They're going to go with a medium pass. This will be to Brandon Tate against blitz. 42 center. Ryan Groy is not a 2 pass, so it's going to be an incompletion. So there's a drawback here. Bills either run it to burn a timeout for the Jaguars, or so if they do that, the chances of picking up the first down go way down. But if it's incompletion, then it's that way anyway. So they're going to try a medium pass. This will be Charles Clay, the target, against a pass defense. So medium versus pass. They're going to gamble a little bit. They'd like to try and get on the board before the half. They also get the ball after the half. 21 will be an incompletion. And so with a minute 30 left, Jacksonville will have all 3 of their timeouts. It's going to be a punt for Schmidt. And it's going to be an unusual result. 36. 18-yard punt with a penalty. 24. That's a false start, so at least they get away with that. Fourth and 14. Fourth and 15 from the 31. Good time for Schmidt to shank one off the outside of the foot. 53. Subtract 2 from average. His return grade is, so there's going to be a return as well. So what was it? 53. Subtract 2. So that's going to be a 40-yard punt. And then that's going to be Rashad Green with a return of 12. So great field position. 120. 120 on the clock. Jacksonville gets the ball. First and 10 from, let's see, so 31, 41, 49, 39, 29. From their own 41, they can get a couple of decent completions. They can be right in Myers' field goal range, which he is good up to 60. On the AAA. With AAA, it's still, you'd have to get, for a 60-yarder, you'd have to get 16 or under, but still. Anyway. Actually, they're going to be going long yardage. And so it's going to be medium pass to Marquise Lee against pass. See if Bortles can lead them down here. It's going to be an unusual result. 53. 17 yards, hard hit. So this is a play that could be a completion, but the defender comes in and lays the lumber. 61 is F rated 2. Bills F is going to be Zach Brown in a pass defense. He is not, so it's going to be a complete pass. 17 yards? Marquise Lee, and Jacksonville will call their first timeout. So that takes them to 49, and then 42-yard line of Buffalo. They're knocking on the door of field goal range right now anyway. So they've got all of their potential options at their disposal. They're going to throw short to Hearns against pass defense. Another unusual result. 25. 2 yards out of bounds with a penalty. 45. That's going to be an offensive hold. Bills will accept that. It'll be first and 20 from the 48 of Jacksonville. 10 seconds run off the clock there because of the play. So they're going to still go with their long yards. They're going to go with a long pass to Robinson versus pass. Look in the comments here. I haven't really checked on it. Oh, there's Al. Still hanging out. Al, I'm glad to see it. So a long pass to Allen Robinson. Pass defense. 21. Incomplete, but the defender is flagged for pass interference. 2Q +5. So that's going to be a 27-yard penalty on the defense, and that will be a first down. So first and 10. Let's see. Let's just do it this way. 42, 32, 25-yard line of Buffalo, first and 10. Now the field goal is looking like a sure thing. Actually, we're just going to stick with long yardage again. They're going to throw short. That will be to Lee. Safe. And actually, it's still pass. Glad I'm coming to the end of the half. My kids are starting to get around, and so I got to take a little break here. 22, D or H, 2 pass. D, Corey White in the game for Ron Darby, who got injured, so no, he's not 2 pass. H, going to be Nickel Roby. He's not a 2 pass, so it goes to XS. 45, SB is Lee. He is not a 0 pass, I'm pretty sure. No, he's not. That'll be a 7-yard gain. Second and 3, and they will take their second timeout. 40 seconds left. Second and 3 from the 18. All right, they're going to try a medium pass to Lee again. He's getting targeted a bit here against pass, medium against pass. So they're not going to settle for 3 if they don't have to. 21, that is incomplete. That's off his completion percentage, and Bortles is not good enough at that. So 30 seconds left, third and 3 from the 18. They still have 1 timeout, but you don't want to burn that on a run play. Because if somebody gets tackled in bounds with only 1 time, you lose your last timeout, and then the clock will just run out. So they're going to throw short. Actually, they're going to throw medium, I was going to say, to Hearns against a blitz. Let's see if the Bills can hold them. .63, F, 2 pass. Zach Brown on a blitz is not a 2 pass. Go to XM column. This could be trouble for the Bills. 42, guard B. A.J. Cann is not a 0 pass. This is going to be a completion. He is going to stride into the end zone. This is going to be a touchdown. Touchdown. Allen Hearns, 18-yard gain. Could have been good up to 23. And Jacksonville, with 20 seconds left in the first half, they're going to look to make it 14-0. And Myers' extra point is good. That'll be Jacksonville 14. Buffalo 0. They're going to get shut out here in the first half. Pair of 5-5 teams. And so there's going to be a kickoff. We're almost done with this half here, guys. And I'm going to shut it down for a bit. So as you can see, this game can, sometimes you can feel like the 2-minute offense can be kind of tough in this game. Honestly, I really don't have that many good quarterbacks in my little circle of a league. Look at the guys that I have. Flacco, Mariota, Alex Smith, Tyrod, Bortles, Barkley, Cutler, choose whoever of the Chicago quarterbacks are available. What else do we have thrown in there? Derek Carr is not too bad, but, it's like you don't have a Tom Brady, you don't have an Aaron Rodgers in this league. Those are the guys that can just run the 2-minute like it's no tomorrow. So, that's kind of a shifty little kick there. It's triple A, but that's going to be a 59-yarder. So going to be caught at the 6 by Brandon Tate, and he will get swarmed after return of 15 yards. 10 seconds left. Buffalo will get one nominal drive here. 1st and 10 from, so that's the 6:21. Tyrod Taylor is going to just take a knee, be a -1 run. So end of the second quarter. Jacksonville, Buffalo, neither of them looking stellar on offense, but Jacksonville did manage 2 drives, including one right before the half. 18-yard pass to Allen Hurns earns the Jaguars a 14-0 lead over the Buffalo Bills. Fans in Orchard Park not too happy about that. We'll see if they can mount a response after the half. Help if I put there was nothing there, which is close enough. But there you go. 14-0. I'm going to take a break from this and shut down the stream. I'll come back later. I have to do a little bit of work and try to get my camera microphone back up and running too. Apologize for the shot. It's like, I don't know how best to show this game. There's a lot of stuff to talk about, but we're 2 hours in. But we're through a half, 14-0. You play 16 games in an NFL season, so compare that to how many games of baseball you can get in the same amount of time, and it works about right. So, Al, hopefully you'll be back a little later. I'm sure you got something planned. Thanks, Todd B, for stopping in for a bit. Should be back maybe closer to lunchtime, maybe a little after lunch, and we'll play out the second half and see if Jacksonville can close this out and move the record to 6-5. See you in a little while.